Perfect now. It's
Fine.
perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so
So,
much.
so
Yeah.
you can start Toastmaster.
Yes. They say there is always a woman behind a successful man. I say there is always a progressive man behind a successful woman. Dear fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, it was a fine evening of mid 80s. I overheard my mother talking to my father. She asked her a question, my mother, in very old South Asian vibes style. Listen, your sister is asking for Amra's hand for her marriage son. What are we going to say her? You know, it is said that some questions are worth $1 million. My father's answer at this time was worth more than $1 million. My father, the answer is quite obvious. She's too young to get married. And in this age, children pursue their education. So, of course, we are going to politely say her no. And my mother, yeah, great, thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, being her daughter, I know there was a contentment in my mother's voice. And what was the reason behind this emotion? Her fondness of her children getting educated. It was her ever first priority that her children, whether it is a son or a daughter, get educated. And my father was the right fit to get along with her in this dream. Today, she is respected for bringing up her children into independent, educated, and accomplished individuals. In her journey, along with her resilience, there came the unwavering support of my father, though unfortunately he died earlier, my grandfather, and then my brother, his oldest son. I call these three men instrumental in defining the dynamics of our family. I reflect how difficult it would have been for my mother to pursue her dream if my father had not been in complete harmony with her. I feel deep gratitude for my grandfather, who always quietly supported my mother even after my father's death. He remained always concerned, even though in my father's life as well, about our studies and used to talk about it. I remember one of the conversations that happened between me and my grandfather when I was in college. My grandfather, Amra, I don't see you going to college nowadays regularly. Everything is okay? Me, yes, Abba. Classes are not regular these days, so I only go for attending labs. He seemed to be okay with this answer. Then the third man comes, my brother. When we were navigating through the challenges of life, he was just 19 years old, started when my father died. He started working hard, continued with the family legacy of ensuring that each of his sibling get proper education and the opportunity to grow. Today, he is a proud older brother of 5 siblings, including me, all settled personally and professionally in their lives. He took this family legacy to the next level. I remember one of the conversations, me, the eldest sister of all the siblings, and he as the oldest brother and the father-like figure. So once it was the time when my youngest sister has to get into university. I was traveling those days because of my job projects. He called me one evening. Hello, Paji, Sir Syed University has announced the admission, and I'm taking Nimra there for applying for the admission. I, but you know, it's too costly. Tomorrow we will have her marriage as well, and we'll need finance for that. It is too much that you are taking on your shoulder. You already have enough. My brother, it will be seen. The time will come. Allah will do better. Right now, this is her education which is important. Fellow Toastmasters, my heart escaped a little. And I just thought of that time when my parents were talking about my marriage and they prioritized my education over my early and young age marriage. Dear fellow Toastmasters, today, if I talk about that sister who my brother and I had conversation, she is a successful computer engineer working in a renowned organization along with my other two brothers and doing many things in IT fields. And she is an inspiration for the whole family young girls. What do you think when I'm standing here tall and delivering this speech? Wouldn't I have been had a progressive life partner? I believe there are such men around who contribute in the lives of their sisters, daughters, wives. Help them thrive and make them reach to their potential. If you are the one, thank you. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amra Yunus. And again, your message too was absolutely beautiful. I think it's all about the power of family, the power of sport, the power of togetherness. It can come from the men in your life, the women in your life, but it has to be there and it's needed. So moving now to our next speaker, Toastmaster Arfa. Toastmaster Arfa, please, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Okay. Could you turn on your video?
okay.
Yeah, there you are. Perfect. Okay, so Toastmaster Arfa will be delivering a project, level 2, project 3. Uh, and it's all about introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. In this project, a person is supposed to communicate about her experience of being mentored, either in life or Toastmasters, and the power of mentorship. Uh, so her evaluator will be medium Sarfraz. Medium Sarfraz said, do you have the project description and everything?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right, sir. So she herself does not, yet makes everyone smile. Arfa Tabassum goes the extra mile. So Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum, so I did. So I did. Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum. He's back. You can hear us. Yes, Toastmaster Alpha, you can start. I'm putting up the timer for you. Toastmaster Alpha, are you there?
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. If you could be a little louder, that would be even better. But yes, you are audible.
Am I
Yes, you are. Yes, you are audible.
audible?
You can start now. Yeah, no, she's there. Yeah. Okay, Toastmaster Alpha. Yes, we can see you. Yeah. We can, yeah, please unmute yourself. Yeah. Please unmute, Toastmaster Alpha.
It appears that she cannot hear you.
Can you hear me, Toastmaster Arfan?
Now, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Do
Yes,
you
you are.
have me who seems determined to protect?
Yes, you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Do you have an enemy who seems determined to stop you from living the life you deserve? Do you have an enemy who stops you from seizing opportunities as they come away? Whether you have one wrong chance, an enemy who terrified me of you in unknown, an enemy who made me afraid to face challenges, an enemy who stopped me from moving forward. And just because of that one powerful enemy, I missed out on many opportunities. Assalamualaikum, fellow members and distinguished guests. Once I was sitting in our living room, a day was shining brightly, and the golden rays were coming through windows. Even when the beautiful light outside, I had kept the door closed. As I stared at the closed door, I realized something more deep. That just as I had shut out the sun's light, I had also shut out the light in my life by letting my enemy to take control. And that enemy wasn't someone else. It was my own inner voice, my self-doubt that had taken control. The moment I realized that my enemy, my true enemy, was within, I stood up and I first opened the closed door of living room and let the sunlight to fill the room. As I soaked in the light, I thought about the other door that I had kept closed, the door to my life. For that, I grabbed a notebook and started writing that how my inner voice, my self-doubt, had kept me away from a brighter world, a world full of vibrant color and endless opportunities. Somehow, I came up with three possible solutions. And one of them, those solutions was running Toastmasters. At the time, I wasn't sure that how Toastmasters would help me, but deep down, I knew it's so worth a try. Surprisingly, beyond my expectation, joining Toastmasters introduced me to something truly transformative, the concept of mentorship. I needed a person who helped me to face my enemy. And through Toastmaster, I found that person. He was my mentor. I turned to him for guidance even when taking the smallest steps. Whenever my fear held me back, he was the person who supported me. Let me share with you a few glimpses that how my mentor impacted on my journey. When first I joined Toastmasters, I struggled with English as I didn't feel confident to speak English because I was afraid of making mistakes. He was my mentor who made me believe on myself, saying, "You speak really well." He also told me that Toastmaster is only place where mistakes are welcome and no one will laugh at you for them. So I did it as I started speaking. Before delivering my first project, I told him that I am prepared, but I had no courage to turn on the camera. He said, deliver your speech with camera off this time. So I did it that way. Before delivering my second and third speeches, I again told him that I am prepared, but it felt like I will forget everything. Are you wondering what he might have said to me? That if you are feeling like that, then there is no need to join. Practice more instead. No, it was beyond what you might expect. He said, if you are feeling like that, then just read, looking at the paper. So I did it that way. When it came time for my first evaluation, I told him I can't do it. He didn't let me give up. He made me believe in myself, saying, no one is perfect, and we all learn by doing, and everyone knows it's your first time, so there is no need to worry. He evaluate, you will be only happy. So
Hey, Toastmaster Arfa has disconnected. So perhaps, yes, Arfa is back. Yes, Toastmaster Arfa, can you hear me? Toastmaster Arfa, can you hear me?
I'm so sorry, my internet is not working good today. Should I continue?
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah.
Should I continue?
Yes.
One second.
Yes, Toastmaster Arfa. Please continue.
So when he always cleared my doubts by skillfully handling my objections. As I was struggling, and I asked him why it's important to practice before delivering a practice speech before delivering at club, even when it was my own story, a story I had reflected on and written myself, still needed practice. He said practice is essential. And he also mentioned that even on this point, he needs some practice. So that's why he always handled my objections. So always I did it that way. Are you curious to know who that person is? Who the person who saw in me what I couldn't able to see in myself? Who trusted me the way I couldn't trust myself? Who that person is? Are you eager to know? The presiding officer of Karachi Toastmasters Club.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arfa. And for those of you who don't know, Toastmaster Arfa is our club secretary, and she joins this meeting from Sadaqabad. Yes, and she is one of our most regular members. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Arfa, for that beautiful message. And now moving on to our next speaker, we have none other than Toastmaster Mohammed Asghar. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Imran Rana. And he will be doing level 4, project 1, to practice developing a plan, building a team, and giving a short overview of the plan in his speech. So,
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
5 minutes.
It is not
3 to 4.
Acha,
It's 2,
3 to 4.
3 to 4. 3 to 4. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So, behold the mastery of the schemer-in-chief. Toastmaster Asghar will give his projects brief. So, Toastmaster Asghar, engaging humor level 4, making a plan. Making a plan, Toastmaster Asghar.
Mr. President, dear Toastmasters, as we all know that the climate change is changing. It has now been changing for worse in every passing year than the earlier one. Our country, Pakistan, is in the storm of the eye for all the bad things coming from this change. Recurring disastrous flood is one. Now, dear Toastmasters, some trend don't need to be new to be shocking. Even the last flood, 2022, wreaked havoc and left Pakistan devastated. It destroyed critical infrastructure, washed away roads and bridges, destroyed hospitals and schools, and above all, wiped away the source of livelihood. In the aftermath of the flood, my government, the government of Balochistan, scrambled to fashion a response. I was adding a very small part of that rehabilitation process, reconstruction of 107 destroyed school out of 1,700 in Pakistan. Now, to tell the truth, it was beyond our immediate budget to restore them. But the ADB, the Asian Development Bank, provided us the emergency fund to reconstruct them in a promised period of 3 months. The federal government was the guarantor of that promise. But ADB said, and I quote, "It is my way or highway." So in order to accept his dictation, we had to tweak our policy, twisted certain rules and regulations, and made certain exceptions in order to incorporate climate risk and adaptation measures in the new buildings, such as high ceiling to reduce heat waves, or equipping the new building with the solar energy. We planned to make them both environmentally beneficial by reducing the heat wave and reducing the cost of the operation by equipping them with the solar system. Now, as for the team of my project is concerned, we have taken it from the various departments of the government. Because of the time constraint and budget constraint, we could not hire new people from the market. We were dependent on the existing manpower of the government. What will be the model of this? Again, luck came to our rescue. Though luck was not the part of our plan. Federal government provided us a ready-made model school which it had been implementing in Punjab and other part of the Pakistan called a Danish school system. Danish school system. I must say, this project was new, unprecedented, and innovative. And we didn't have a ghost of chance to complete it, but we put all our eggs together in order to plant this project in a stipulated time. And it did the trick. It was a success. In the next part of my speech of the same pathway, I will share some of my experience in the implementation stage in our next meeting next Wednesday. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Not only personally, not only undertaking that project, because God knows how needed those projects are. And also to provide everyone with an incentive to turn up at the next meeting. But you know what? Toastmasters speeches will not be available to online participants. Only the recording will be available. I think something of the sort should be done to encourage people to turn up in person. So next we'll have our last speaker, and Toastmaster Imran Chaudhary. Are you ready? No. Okay, so Toastmaster, it's still Imran, but a different Imran. No, it's Toastmaster Ali Imran. Yes. So, what we're going to do, icebreaker. Does it have a title? Okay. So, Toastmaster Imran, Ali Imran, yes, Ali. Casual, confident, about to smash the ice, and Ali Imran is the next one to rise. So, Toastmaster Ali Imran, and your evaluator will be Toastmaster Latif. So, Toastmaster Latif, you're there? Can you confirm that you will evaluate this speech, the icebreaker?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, great. So Toastmaster Ali Imran, icebreaker, Toastmaster Ali Imran. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. My name is Ali Imran Malik, and I'm a member of Lahore Speak Newly Toastmasters Club. But my journey in Toastmaster begins a few years back when I visited Toastmasters Karachi here, and that's how my journey in Toastmasters started as a guest. So I've lived my entire life in Karachi. My education was in Karachi. I did my schooling from Karachi, and recently moved to Lahore. And when I was coming back to Karachi, I was super excited to visit my hometown and see what had changed. And as soon as I arrived, alas, the city was the same. Nothing had changed. It was still that underdeveloped city. The people might be rich, but the city looks very underdeveloped and in shambles. To tell you about my education, I did my schooling in Karachi from DHA SKBZ High School. Then I did my intermediate and from DHA College for Men. Did my bachelor's from the same college, and then moved on and did my master's in business administration in finance from Iqra University, Karachi. To tell you about my interests include playing tennis and reading. But there's been a lot of gap in between these passions of mine. But fortunately, I've started reading again. And recently I completed a book called Confessions of an Economic Immigrant. And I'm also fortunate enough that I started playing tennis back in Lahore. And I've made a group of people who I play with regularly. And I'm lucky enough that in Lahore, you just have to pay a nominal fees and you're allowed to play any sports. As far as my professional background, I'm an investment banker by profession. Recently, I worked in an investment bank in Karachi, where I was reported directly to the CEO. I was member of the investment and the credit committees. Apart from traveling, reading books and playing sports, I also like traveling. I've been to a lot of places inside Pakistan, including the northern areas and other cities, and abroad as well, including Turkey, UAE, the UK, Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia. The reasons for me for joining Toastmasters was that I wanted to develop a network of people around me who had similar interests. But I noticed that in order to maintain that network, I also needed to have good communication skills. And that's one of the main reasons which drove me to come and join Toastmasters. So in conclusion, as I introduce myself, my main interests include reading, playing sports, and traveling. And my passions include finance and investment banking. That's from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's lucky that you got to speak today, so we got to know you. So thank you so much for this very nice introduction. And you're the first person in my entire life that I've heard of who has put the words passion and finance in one sentence. So more power to you, Toastmasters. And now we move on to the second session. I'll be floating the poll for the best speaker very soon. You'll need to rate the speaker on a scale of 1 to 5. I'll be sharing it in the WhatsApp group and in the Zoom. So please go ahead. And in the meantime, we now have our extempore speeches session. Our table topics masters, Toastmasters Sungal Malik, please come to the stage. If the interesting team or board speakers, that would be great. And so, rumble, fumble, tumble, or rumble, what would it be? Let's ask Sungal. Over to you, Toastmasters.
I would like to ask others, but this question. Assalamualaikum, I'm Sungal Malik, and I'm the table topic master for today's meeting. I'll be inviting you here for speaking on any topic that will be set by me. It would be random, it would be fun, and why the session is conducted, actually, why the segment is conducted is the purpose of this segment is to boost your confidence, to engage everyone in impromptu speaking. That means the ability to think and speak on an immediate basis. So it will definitely help us. So for the first topic, I would like to invite Mr. Rana. So, so my question to you is, describe your perfect day without using the word perfect.
And word of the day is resilience. You need to use that word, but not perfect.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today was Wednesday, and I woke up not that early. After waking up, I got ready as I have to go for the office, but I didn't woke up early, but my children woke up early and they got ready before me. My wife cooked a very delicious breakfast, which I took it with myself. Then I dropped my children at the school and my friend came to pick me. Before heading to the office, we went to a dhaba, had a wonderful cup of tea, and ate two delicious, scrumptious sandwiches. My friend said, "Wow, it was quite delicious." So I thought, okay, it's fine. Then I went to office. I had an amazing time today. We went to attend namaz janaza. We went to the masjid. Unfortunately, the janaza was at the different masjid, and lucky me, I didn't own the application. My boss did, so it wasn't my fault, and he didn't say anything to me. After that, there was a payment stuck, the finance team was eager to clear the payment. So that part was also clear. And finally, I'm the postmaster delivering this speech. So this is how it ends. The day is still on, but the time is ending for two. So I could hand over the chance very quickly.
Thank you so much, DM Kaprana. Okay, my next invitee will be.
If you can call Toastmaster Abid.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on it. Yeah, is TM is a guest.
He's a Toastmaster.
So, Toastmaster Mr. Abid, 8B. Can you please unmute yourself?
Or you can ask Toastmaster.
Are you there?
If not, ask Toastmaster Zuhair Raza. He's also a Toastmaster.
So I think he's not there, so we can move on to TM Zuhair Raza. Zuhair Raza, are you there?
Okay, Silla, ask Toastmaster Silla.
So, TM Silla Hamid. You are the fortunate one.
Toastmaster Silla, are you there? Yeah.
Absolutely. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
So, Toastmaster Silla, my question to you is, yeah, shall I carry on?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
just carry on. I'm hearing.
Can you turn on your video?
No,
Okay, fine.
I'm at the
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question to you is, how do you define success? And what role does resilience play?
and what goal?
How do you define success? And what does resilience play? What role does resilience play against it?
Okay. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for giving me a wonderful topic. Success. Yes, for me, can you again please repeat it? How do you take success? And then the last word? Hello?
What role does resilience play in success?
Okay. Yes. For me, success is the continuous process. Like, let me share you my goal of life. It's always learning, trying and trying again, never get disheartened, never stop, and learn with your experience. My goal of life is like I've explained many times, many places. Jump first, think second. Either you get a valuable lesson or you just hit your goal. So success can never be achieved in a day or two. It needs resilience. It needs continuous effort. The more you put in effort, the more uh, closer you will be towards the goal. And for me, success is to, not to give up, not to ever feel any kind of a fear. Whenever you feel the fear, just kill that fear. And for me, that success is just a continuous and never-ending process. Over to you, table topping master.
Wonderful, team Sila. Thank you so much. Okay, from here, I would like to know your name, please. So, Zepa, are you interested to come onto the stage?
Yes.
It would be an easy question for you. You can try, please. Okay, no issue. No. Okay, branch order, please come.
So that they can submit the report.
Okay, welcome. My question to you is, what would your dream job be if money wasn't an issue?
Good evening, to Toastmasters and fellow guests. Ironically, it's an important question for a guy who's out of job. If money wasn't an issue, there's a saying that if you have a lot of choices, then again, it's an issue because something picked from a lot of choices, it's a challenge in itself. I'm a man of different passions, lots of them involving the career that I may have wanted to build in table tennis, a career I may have wanted to build on public speaking. It can also be a dog trainer because I have two wonderful dogs, as you might already know because I bring them up at almost every speech. And besides that, I think the most important thing that I wanted to, if money wasn't an issue, is to contribute to society in a meaningful way in which I can contribute to their mental wellness and to secure their future, especially in a country like Pakistan, where step one, which is awareness, is missing to start. Besides that, I think if I am accomplishing that, and money isn't an issue, obviously, I will have to just, at the end of my life, I have to just acknowledge that this was the most important thing that I could have ever done. There's no higher purpose for me than this. I hope that I was able to impart some of my enthusiasm in this goal so I can earn lots of prayers, so I can get achievement in that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, TM and Rajadri. So, TM Abid or TM Suhail, are you guys there? Yeah. So, I would like to invite TM Shazib Iqbal. TM Shazib, we haven't heard you today.
Toastmaster Shazib, are you there? Maybe, yeah, actually. Okay, Toastmaster Umar Khan is here. Umar Khayyam is there. So, yeah. Yeah, Umar Khayyam. And also, Toastmaster Umar, please turn on your video.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. Can you turn on your?
Unfortunately, okay, I'll try to turn it on, but my video quality is very poor.
Okay, no worries. You can go ahead just like this. No worries there.
Okay, can you repeat the question regarding resilience?
Sorry?
Is it about what was about resilience we are supposed to talk
Yeah,
about?
word of the day is resilience, and the topic will be assigned right now. Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready for your topic?
Yes.
Your question, my question to you would be, what would you do if you had to sing for the entire day instead of speaking?
Very
Toastmaster Umar, what would you
interesting
do
and fun.
if you had to sing for an entire day instead of speaking?
Yes. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
What would I do if I have to sing and not speak for the rest of the day? Then
Yes.
I would stay silent, and I would resiliently remain silent for the remainder of my speaking time. I
Not the
remember
option.
I remember the time when all of us used to write explanation of prose in Urdu. And in Urdu language, there used to be an exercise. There is a stanza of a poet, and you have to explain it. And people used to explain it in normal running writing, but they also had to write another and give reference to other poets and give other stanzas of poems to qualify their assessment and remarks. This seemed very counterproductive at the time, that why I'm trying to explain something simple into making it something very complicated. So if I would have to sing all day, then I could do something like make my voice a little less heavy and melodious, and speak normally. Maybe like this. I'm trying to to increase the pitch of my voice, but I am unable to. It has been my remarks in my last speech and other as well, that I cannot change the tone of my voice. So I will try to speak louder, but again, this is counterproductive to singing. Uh, okay, now it's yellow light. It means I should stop. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I cannot hear you.
All the participants were wonderful. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Table Topics Master. Now it is time for the third session and the final session of the day, which is Journal Evaluator. And as always, in keeping with KTC's tradition, it will be race against the clock because we wanted to finish by 8:30. Let's see if our Journal Evaluator is able to accomplish this Herculean task. So, everyone, once again, put your hands together for someone who is not content with just one turn on the stage. Please make way for our residential sage, the person who never appears to age, and no human can ever gauge his love for his mother-in-law. Oh, Toastmaster Asghar, our journal evaluator.
Thank you, General Evaluator, once again inviting me in front of the audience. It's always good to be in front of them. We are formally in the third segment of our today's meeting, which is journal evaluation. In journal evaluation, we usually evaluate what we have been speaking since the beginning of the meeting, and we will start from the prepared speeches. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Faisal Anis was our first speaker, and I would like, yeah or not, Imran, are you ready? Yes. Okay, so then I would like to call Toastmaster Imran Rana to evaluate prepared speech delivered by Toastmaster Asghar.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening. So Toastmaster Asghar was delivering a project that is related about a plan. A good plan has different qualities, that it should have clear objectives, it should have realistic goals, it should define scope, detailed actions, steps, and assignable tasks. So today Toastmaster asked, so he started with the catastrophe like natural disasters. He talked about natural disasters and created a background of what his plan is all about. And he told us that Pakistan had faced many floods, and in 2022 it was quite heroic, and there was a lot of disaster with that flood, and the plan was to come up with to rebuild a school with minimum cost and fuel efficient. He described quite well. The best part of while describing his plan was when he was clasping his hand. It was quite not using his hand, but when he opened up, he uses his hand quite well, perfectly well. The language was fit to what he was telling us. And he told us that the plan is all about this, and he has he selected different teammates from different departments. Overall, it was what I would say that I thoroughly enjoyed the way you delivered the speech, and all the objectives were met. Since it was a 2 to 3 minute speech, so the next speech will be a longer speech, and in that I'm going to explain how that plan was implemented. Overall, a wonderful, I must say, speech delivered, and the best part was the humor which you brought, which you always brought in your speeches. So overall, wonderful speech, and I would like to congratulate on.
Thank you, Rana, for the evaluation of the speech delivered by Toastmaster Asghar. Now, are you ready? Okay, so now I would like to call TM Heba Rais Khan to evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Faisal Anis.
Toastmaster Faisal, what an interesting speech. During the time you spoke, you had good confidence and clarity in your speech, which I liked. There were good hand gestures, which you used to express yourself. The way you had constructed the speech was quite good because you gave an example from your life, which we could connect to in an emotional way. We could see a vulnerable side to you, and we could see that we could connect to you emotionally. We could see that about something about your life. And there was good comfort level as well, and I could detect no signs of hesitation. And also what I liked was that you kept on going back, since it was an incident from your life, you kept on referring back to it, and we could even see, Cayman, the work environment of Cayman Island, we could narrate to it. We could see that what sort of a work environment Cayman Island has. So we could, so we could understand more about it. However, like every speech, there were some gray areas in your, like every speech, there was some room for improvement in your speech, which you need to improve upon. Firstly, you could have incorporated vocal variety, which was lacking. Secondly, you could have improved upon your eye contact. I thought constantly looking straight, you should have focused on the entire audience. And thirdly, you could have used more body gestures to express yourself. Body gestures, since you were only using hand gestures, by making the body a bit more flexible, you could have, And fourthly, you should have also covered the speaking area more by making your body a bit more fluid, relaxing your body. Overall, it was a good effort, and with slight improvements, you can become a better speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva Raisan, for evaluating Toastmaster Faisal Anis. Faisal Anis talked about some leadership qualities. The next, the third speaker was Toastmaster Alpha. Toastmaster Alpha will be evaluated by DTM Sarfaraz Nazir.
Yes.
DTM Sarfaraz Nazir.
Can I complete my speech? If I'm clearly audible.
I think you can complete it later, Toastmaster Alpha, because now it's time for evaluation. So I think we heard you complete it, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So can you see the timer, sir? The KTC
Yes,
window
sir.
is the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay. You can start.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, Toastmasters Asghar, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished Toastmasters, and especially you, Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum. I admire your resilience. You are not only a club officer, you're also completing your second level of presentation mastery in a short time. I enjoyed your speech, and let me tell you what I liked about your speech. And then I will give you a suggestion for improvement. I liked your choice of words. Even though in your speech you mentioned you are not comfortable with English or you are not good in English. Some of the examples are when you mention soaked in the light, vibrant world, full of colors, truly transformational. Good choice of words that made your message powerful. I also liked your hand gestures. Throughout your speech, you were using your hands. For example, when you said it was my first project, you raised your finger to tell us you're talking about number one. And when you, towards the end of your speech, you asked, do you want to know who my mentor is? You raised your hand. Good technique. And I also like the fact that you talked about your mentor in third person throughout your speech until towards the end of your speech when you said, do you want to know who the mentor is? All along us waiting to find out who this mentor is. I thought during your speech, you appeared like a duck in a pond. You'll see a duck paddling furiously beneath the water, but on the surface, you see grace. You may be nervous inside, but your nervous was not obvious. You were very calm while you were delivering your speech. How can you improve your speech? You talked about discussions with your mentor. I would like to see you present a dialogue between you and your mentor and create some drama. For example, I told my mentor, I'm not confident. My English is not good. He said, in Toastmasters, we make mistakes. So this would give you the opportunity not only to use dialogue, but also create some drama. I like your speech because of your choice of words. your hand gestures and your calmness. Just add some drama and dialogue. You will have a great speech. Thank you. And I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, for your evaluation. And our next target speaker is Toastmaster Amara Yunus. Toastmaster Amara will be evaluated by
Actually, Toastmaster Kareem, but he had to leave. So I will read out the evaluation that he provided to
you. Okay, so please provide read the evaluation then as an evaluation.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So just imagine that this is not me, this is Toastmaster Kareem and I'm speaking. Okay. Let me also time myself.
You have to speak like it.
Well, I'm not that talented an imitator, but good evening, everyone. Today I have the pleasure of evaluating Toastmaster Amra Yunus' speech on vocal variety and body language. First, I'd like to comment Amra for delivering a truly heartfelt and powerful speech, centered around three significant men in her life: grandfather, father, and brother. Through these stories, she beautifully highlighted how these men supported not just her, but the entire family, contributing to the success of the women in her life. It was inspiring to hear how these men have been pillars of strength in her journey, which she introduced with a thought-provoking opening. Behind every successful man, there is a woman, but in my case, there are men behind the success of women. What a clever twist, and I love it, because I'm a man. I added that part. On a popular saying, this immediately caught my attention and set the stage for an engaging speech. Amra's storytelling was compelling and her speech, body, and conclusion were well and structured. She delivered her message effectively, weaving in personal anecdotes that connected us emotionally to her family and their shared accomplishments. Her conclusion tied everything together beautifully, reinforcing her central message about support, family, and success. However, while the content was strong, one area where the speech could have been improved was in vocal variety. Throughout the speech, Anna's delivery was mostly monotonous. This limited the emotional impact of her stories and the overall engagement of the audience. Using vocal varieties such as altering pitch, pace, and volume would help her bring out the emotions of the stories she was telling and keep the audience more engaged. For example, when discussing the pivotal moments of support from our family, a change in tone would enhance the sense of gratitude and warmth in a message. Similarly, when describing moments of struggle, of triumph, a slight increase in volume or pace would emphasize the significance of these moments. Another aspect I would suggest is her body language. Amna delivered her speech while seated, which unfortunately limited her physical engagement with the audience. Standing up would allow her to move forward freely, use gestures more effectively, and create a stronger presence. That said, I did appreciate the effective use of her hands during certain moments, which helped to illustrate points and keep the audience engaged. However, standing would further amplify her body language and make the overall delivery more dynamic. In conclusion, Amra's speech was heartfelt and well structured, and the message she conveyed was powerful. To enhance further performance, I would recommend that she deliver the speech while standing to better engage her audience and use her voice to emphasize key emotional moments. With these adjustments, I believe her speeches will have an even greater impact. Thank you, Amra, for your inspiring speech. Signing off of Master Karim.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem Begodi, for your evaluation. And Toastmaster Amra, I hope you received your feedback. Next time when you start to speak, just being straight up is the first priority that you have to do. Anyway, thank you very much for your heartfelt and powerful speech. Our last speaker was Ali Imran from Lahore. Ali Imran delivered as a icebreaker, and his icebreaker will be evaluated by Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. It's looking dashing today. Toastmaster Latif, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished audience. It was an honor to always evaluate an icebreaker speech. When I saw Ali Imran on stage, I felt, not only Ali Imran, in fact, each and every Toastmaster who is delivering its icebreaker, I remember my time. I used papers. I used how many cheat sheets I had to just deliver that 4 to 6 minute speech. And you were flawless today. I really loved the momentum you gained. For example, the way you returned back to Karachi, the way what your expectations was from the city, and nothing was changed. I feel that the way you delivered your icebreaker speech is a long way journey, ensuring that you will be a profound speaker who has the ability to engage the audience from the word go. The confidence, as I said, the eye contact which you shared with the audience, I feel the journey was amazing. Now, while I was completing your icebreaker, I don't have much to say about the errors, because every Toastmaster, when they comes up and delivers the first speech, that is the speech he has broke the ice. Second, of everything, the courage to face the members of the club. But today you were facing the unfamiliar audience, because Karachi Toastmaster Club, you entered as a guest member. So I really love the way your energy, your courage to express. You shared your hobbies, you shared your goal, you shared your passions. You shared the love of Karachi you have always. If in general, you have accomplished everything what an icebreaker speech requirement is. But still, to add on for your future speeches, I would love to share or give you few simple ideas. For example, try to make fun of that city which you always wanted to see in a better shape, but it never changed. So for example, you said, I think Karachi needs Imran. And we would have all laughed, because you might be saying you're Imran, but we would be thinking some other Imran. That is always going on. So a little bit of humor. Second, just make a better sentence. Short sentences, but better. I mean, if you can listen to this recording, it will be a much better. Last but not the least, never give up. Keep coming up to deliver speeches. Make sure that you take each and every opportunity, the club you are, the meetings you attend. The more you will deliver, the more courage and the flow will be improved. Good luck again for your future projects, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, for your evaluation. DTM Tala, I think we don't have evaluation for our table topic speeches, right?
We'll move to Brazilian and then you.
Okay, so now it is the end of subsection of the last general section of today's Toastmaster Club. The second subsection is about the report calling the roll holder. Roll holder, I was responsible for the word of the day. The poor word of the day was used only by Madam Toastmaster. You used it. Sambal Malik, Toastmaster Umar, me, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir. In the last occasion, Imran Chaudhry promised to use it, but then he skipped it and he moved me 100 rupees. With regard to the grammar, actually, I lost at least one page. I selected some very good usage of the speaker from both Imran and various speakers. Someone told me, for example, truly transformational. The same was quoted by as evaluator. Truly heartfelt and powerful speak, pillar of strength, clever twist, used by none other than DTM Tala bin Ahmed. And I used it, I lost one page where I've written some other beautiful phrases used by our today's speaker, such as I just lost 3 hours. I had 3 flights. And what about the other three?
1,000 of miles.
1,000 of miles, three time zones and 3 flights. That was one of the expression that I've noted down and lost it, but I'm trying to collect it. Uh, is there any role holder except the
No.
grammarians? Okay, so with this, I would like to end, but before that, I am grateful for your presence. I think it is a usual good meeting. I can see a number of online participants and speakers, most of our regular members, and at least we have 3 guest members with us. I'm grateful. They need to become more regularly and grace the occasion. We need them. This is the club that we learn from each other. And with this, and the final positive thing that I can see is this one. It's a very good innovation by DGM Thala, because we don't need any more from PSCC to connect us. We will use this one, and I'm very happy to see this. Now, with this, I would like to end my session and hand over the charge, Toastmaster of the evening, DGM Thala, to conclude the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day or of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. We bring another wonderful meeting to a close, and we would like our guest. Okay, sorry, I forgot your name. Toastmaster, future Toastmaster, please come to the stage. We won't forgive you. And, share your thoughts about the meeting.
It was quite good. Met quite like-minded people. As we have judged by now, my English is not that good, and my confidence is on the lower side. So it was pretty good meeting you guys. Inshallah, we'll have a conversation with Imran, pretty interesting personality, if you have time. Can I have 5 minutes of yours after the class? Right? Thank you. Moreover, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Can I have more detail about Toastmaster after we're done?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. That's it from my side. Thank you.
We cannot leave our guest from Lahore. So please.
Thank you, Yasala, very much. It was a very nice session here. I really enjoyed meeting a few of the old members and a couple of new faces. And I might, I'm here for a few more days, so I might be visiting in the next week as well.
Great.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you. And finally, quickly going through the results. Best prepared speech today is one by Toastmaster Amra Yunus. Congratulations. Best table topics today goes to Toastmaster Umar Khayyam. Congratulations. And best evaluator today goes to Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. We are not polling for best big four because it's 8:36 and it's a miracle that we haven't been kicked out yet. So perhaps I'll float it on the club's group and there you can vote. Okay. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Sincere gratitude for another wonderful meeting. And just as a quick note, there is no club business that needs to be transacted. There have been no decisions by the executive committee. There is one tentative decision, and that is that the contests for evaluation, table topics, and humors, they will take place after Ramadan, most probably in late March or early April. And with that, of course, we will all be meeting again next Wednesday, inshallah, for a regular meeting. Thank you so much, everyone, and Allah Hafiz. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ritim Sarfraz. And congratulations, Toastmaster Amra.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Toastmaster.